Children are indeed a parent's most precious treasures, and when their health is at risk, the pain and worry can be overwhelming, especially for public figures who face this privately, away from the spotlight. These celebrities might shine on stage, but behind their fame, they endure the same parental struggles as anyone else, often dealing with heartbreaking medical challenges that impact their families in ways few can understand. In the stories we're about to dive into, we'll witness the deep love and resilience of these Black celebrities as they navigate their children's health battles. From overcoming the silent struggles of rare conditions to navigating therapies and treatments, these parents are champions of perseverance. Their stories, while filled with sorrow, are also filled with hope, determination, and unbreakable family bonds. Prepare yourself for an emotional journey as we witness how these stars, much like every parent, face unimaginable challenges and fight fiercely for the well-being of their children. These are stories of love, strength, and relentless devotion, and I'm sure they will touch your heart deeply. Toni Braxton, the R&B icon and a mother's journey with autism. With her soulful hits like Unbreak My Heart and Breathe Again, Toni Braxton became an R&B legend, touching hearts around the world. Yet behind the music and success, she faced a deeply personal struggle, watching her youngest son, Diesel, grow up in a world she couldn't reach. He didn't engage, didn't express emotions, and seemed lost in his own reality. Summer of 2006. A room overflowing with toys. 3-year-old Diesel sat among them, teddy bears, cars, robots, yet he barely noticed them. He fixated on a tiny car in his hand, spinning its wheels over and over, as if nothing else existed. Toni called his name, her voice growing desperate. No response. No eye contact. It was as if she wasn't there. From infancy, Diesel had been different. He rarely cooed or giggled, didn't reach for his mother's embrace, and remained stiff when held. Some nights, he lay awake for hours, staring at the ceiling in unsettling silence. Then came the intense meltdowns, hours of inconsolable crying, seemingly without cause. Deep down, Toni knew something wasn't right. When doctors diagnosed him with autism, the weight of the news was crushing. But instead of succumbing to fear, Toni devoted herself to finding help. She sought therapy, early intervention, and every possible resource. Slowly, Diesel began to change. He started connecting more, discovering his passion for art. As his progress continued, Toni became a powerful advocate for autism awareness. In 2010, she and 7-year-old Diesel appeared in a PSA for Autism Speaks, sharing their journey and emphasizing the importance of early intervention. Today, Diesel has stepped into the modeling world, carving his own path. Though autism remains part of his life, his story is one of resilience, proof that with love, patience, and support, challenges can be transformed into triumphs. Taraji P. Henson, a Hollywood icon and a son, struggle with loss. Taraji P. Henson has captivated audiences with her roles in The Curious Case of Benjamin Button, Empire, and Hidden Figures, cementing her status as a Hollywood icon. Yet, beyond the spotlight, her personal life has been marked by deep sorrow. Her only son, Marcel Johnson, faced an unimaginable tragedy, losing his father at just 9 years old. The weight of this loss plunged him into a battle with depression and severe anxiety. On a quiet summer morning in 2003, sunlight filled the streets of Washington, D.C., but Marcel's room remained eerily dim. He sat by the window, unmoving, his eyes vacant, exhausted from grief. When Taraji called his name, there was no response. She shook him gently, then harder, but he remained unresponsive, trapped in an emotional void. The silence was unbearable. At the hospital, doctors quickly confirmed what she feared: severe depression had consumed her son. From the moment of his father's death, Marcel withdrew from the world. He stopped laughing, speaking, and engaging with life. Some days, he refused to eat, locking himself away for hours. Taraji pleaded, cried, and did everything she could to reach him, but the pain held its grip. His health deteriorated to a dangerous point, and doctors warned that without proper nourishment, his body would fail him. Determined not to lose her son, Taraji fought tirelessly, providing unwavering love and support. Through years of therapy and persistence, Marcel gradually found his way back. Though he has explored modeling and acting, often appearing alongside his mother, he remains largely private, still carrying the emotional wounds of his past. Taraji's personal journey has fueled her advocacy for mental health, particularly within the Black community, where such struggles are often overlooked. In honor of her late father, she established the Boris Lawrence Henson Foundation, working to break stigmas and provide mental health resources to those in need. Shaquille O'Neal, the NBA legend, and his sons battle for survival. Shaquille O'Neal, a towering force in NBA history, dominated the court in a Los Angeles Lakers jersey, embodying strength and greatness. But beyond the accolades, he faced a nightmare no parent ever expects: watching his son, Shareef O'Neal, fight for his life. In 2018, during a routine preseason medical checkup at UCLA, doctors uncovered a shocking truth: Shareef had a congenital heart defect affecting his coronary artery. His promising basketball career came to an abrupt halt. To survive, he would need open-heart surgery. In December of that year, at just 18 years old, Shareef lay on the operating table, his chest open as surgeons worked to correct the defect that had gone unnoticed for years. Then, for a split second, the unthinkable happened: the heart monitor flatlined. The silence was suffocating. Time stood still as doctors held their breath, uncertainty gripping the room. And then, a pulse. A strong, steady beat, a sign that life was fighting to hold on. Recovery was grueling. Shareef, once an agile athlete, struggled to stand. His body, drained of strength, trembled with every movement. Pain refused to loosen its grip. Shaquille, a giant on the court but helpless in that moment, could only watch as his son battled through each agonizing step. Yet, through sheer resilience, Shareef fought his way back. He eventually returned to the game, but the experience left an indelible mark, a reminder of how fragile life can be, even for the strongest among us. Tracy Morgan, the comedy star, and his daughters fight for a future. Tracy Morgan, known for bringing laughter through Saturday Night Live and 30 Rock, has always been a source of joy for audiences. But away from the stage, he faced one of life's toughest battles, watching his daughter, Maven, struggle with a rare neurological condition that threatened her ability to walk and live independently. New York, winter of 2015. Inside a physical therapy room, Tracy sat in silence, his gaze fixed on his 2-year-old daughter. Maven, delicate and frail, looked far younger than her age. She attempted to stand, only to collapse instantly, her tiny legs unable to support her. She reached for a toy, but her fingers failed her, trembling as they let go. Sudden muscle spasms racked her body, yet she didn't cry. Doctors had delivered devastating news: she might never walk. She might never gain full independence. But Tracy refused to accept that fate. Determined to help his daughter, he invested millions into constructing a massive shark tank in his backyard, believing that watching the graceful movement of the creatures could help stimulate her reflexes. Every day, he carried Maven outside, sitting with her for hours, hoping for even the smallest sign of progress. And then, something remarkable happened. Maven's eyes lit up as she watched the marine life glide through the water. Slowly, she began responding more, showing signs of improvement. Today, Maven has made significant strides, though challenges remain, challenges only those who have walked a similar journey can fully understand. Through unwavering love and determination, Tracy Morgan has proven that a father's devotion can make all the difference. Tiny Harris, a mother's fight for her daughter's life. Tiny Harris, known for her success with Xscape and her high-profile marriage to rapper T.I., appeared to have it all. But behind the fame was a mother's most harrowing battle, the fight to save her youngest daughter, Eris, who entered the world in 2016 facing a life-threatening condition. Just days old, Eris lay in an incubator, her tiny chest rising and falling with fragile breaths. Her heartbeat was erratic, each flicker on the monitor a reminder of how precarious her condition was. Doctors diagnosed her with a congenital heart defect. Her heart wasn't functioning as it should. Surgery was her only hope. In the operating room, surgeons carefully worked to repair a small but dangerous hole in her left ventricle where blood leaked with every beat. The procedure was delicate, the outcome uncertain. Then, after 3 painstaking hours, a sign of hope, Eris's heart kept beating. But survival was only the first step. The months that followed were filled with fear and sleepless nights. Tiny remained by her daughter's side, watching for any sign of trouble, knowing that even a minor setback could be devastating. Yet, through it all, Eris proved to be a fighter. She didn't just survive, she thrived, becoming a symbol of resilience and hope for countless families facing similar struggles. Jay-Z and Beyoncé, the silent struggle behind their daughters' hearing challenges. Jay-Z and Beyoncé, two of the most powerful figures in the music industry, seemed to have it all: chart-topping success, a loving family, and an empire built on talent. But behind the glamour, they faced an unexpected challenge with their firstborn daughter, Blue Ivy Carter. In 2016, when Blue Ivy was just 4 years old, Beyoncé began noticing subtle yet concerning signs. Unlike other children, she didn't always react to sounds around her. Beyoncé would call her name, but sometimes there was no response. At first, she dismissed it as typical childhood behavior, but as time passed, worry set in. Their daughter, born into a world of music, seemed disconnected from the very thing that defined their lives. A medical evaluation confirmed their fears: Blue Ivy had a hearing disorder. While she could perceive some sounds, certain frequencies and noisy environments posed a challenge. The news was crushing. No amount of fame or fortune could shield their daughter from this invisible struggle. Determined to help her, Beyoncé and Jay-Z sought the best treatments, ensuring Blue Ivy had every resource to thrive. Through therapy and perseverance, she adapted and grew stronger. Her resilience was undeniable. By the age of 9, she stood on stage, defying the odds, and made history, becoming one of the youngest Grammy winners ever. Her journey wasn't just about talent, it was a testament to strength, perseverance, and the unwavering support of family. D.L. Hughley, father's journey through his son's Asperger's diagnosis. Darrell Lynn D.L. Hughley, celebrated comedian and one of the original kings of comedy, built a career making people laugh. But behind the curtain, his family faced a challenge that no joke could soften. His son, Kyle, was diagnosed with Asperger's syndrome at a young age. From the time he was 6, Kyle saw the world differently. He would spend hours arranging his toy cars in a precise order, each one meticulously aligned. To him, structure meant peace. But one day, a simple accident, a pen rolling off the table and knocking a car out of place, sent him into distress. His breathing quickened, his hands shook, his mind spiraled. No matter how hard he tried to restore the perfect formation, something felt off. Overwhelmed, he withdrew, covering his ears, shutting out the world. For Kyle, Asperger's meant navigating a reality that didn't always make sense. Social interactions were confusing, changes were unsettling, and emotions felt like puzzles with missing pieces. Yet, through patience, therapy, and unconditional love, his family, especially his father, helped him find his way. D.L. Hughley has since been open about their journey, advocating for awareness and early intervention. Against all odds, Kyle defied expectations, graduated from college, and built an independent life, proving that with the right support, even the toughest challenges can be overcome. Usher, the poolside tragedy that nearly took his son's life. Usher Raymond IV, the global music sensation behind hits like Yeah and Burn, had built a life of fame and fortune. But one horrifying moment nearly changed everything, when his 5-year-old son, Usher Raymond V, came terrifyingly close to death. It was a seemingly normal day at their Atlanta home until disaster struck. While playing in the family pool, Usher V reached for a toy near the drain at the bottom, and in an instant, his hand got trapped. The powerful suction held him underwater. His aunt and the housekeeper rushed to save him, but the force was too strong. Panic set in as precious seconds ticked away. Then, by sheer luck, 2 workers nearby heard the screams. Without hesitation, they dove into the water. One fought against the suction, struggling to pull the child free, while the other sprinted to shut off the pool's pump. Finally, with the pressure released, Usher V's small body was freed. But the danger wasn't over. He lay unresponsive, still and silent. One of the workers immediately began CPR, each compression a desperate plea to bring him back. Seconds stretched into eternity. Then, a gasp. A sign of life. Thanks to the swift actions of these everyday heroes, Usher V survived. The terrifying ordeal shook Usher's family to its core, but in the face of tragedy, a miracle emerged. His son made a full recovery, turning what could have been a heartbreaking loss into a story of survival and second chances. Magic Johnson, the journey of acceptance and love for his son's true identity. Magic Johnson, the legendary NBA star who led the Los Angeles Lakers to greatness, is a name synonymous with success and achievement. But behind the fame, he faced a deeply personal struggle, one that tested his understanding of love and family. His son, E.J. Johnson, was on a journey to embrace his true identity, a path filled with both courage and internal conflict. From an early age, E.J. felt an unspoken difference in his attraction to others, though he didn't fully grasp what it meant. He tried to fit in with the expectations of those around him, even attempting to maintain relationships with girls. But as he grew older, E.J. could no longer deny his true self. He delved into LGBTQ+ communities, learning, exploring, and gradually coming to terms with his identity. In 2013, E.J. made the bold decision to come out as gay. It was a brave and vulnerable moment, especially with Magic as his father. At first, Magic struggled with the revelation, conflicted by his own feelings and what he thought was expected of him. But after much reflection, he realized that unconditional love for his son was what mattered most. In time, Magic became E.J.'s staunchest ally, supporting him through the challenges they both faced, proving that love can overcome even the most difficult obstacles. Wanda Sykes, laughter, love, and the unexpected challenges of parenthood. Wanda Sykes, the sharp-witted comedian behind Curb Your Enthusiasm and The New Adventures of Old Christine, built a career making millions laugh. But at home, she and her wife, Alex Needbalski, faced a challenge they never expected: the developmental struggles of their twins, Olivia Lou and Lucas Claude. As toddlers, Olivia and Lucas weren't reaching the milestones their parents had hoped for. Olivia was full of energy but had trouble forming conversations, often seeming disconnected from the world around her. Lucas, on the other hand, struggled with coordination. Simple movements that came naturally to other kids were a constant battle for him. Concern turned to urgency, and after numerous evaluations, specialists confirmed what Wanda and Alex had feared: their children had significant developmental delays, affecting their communication and motor skills. The diagnosis was a turning point, marking the beginning of an intense journey filled with speech therapy, motor training, and unwavering dedication. Despite the struggles, progress came, slowly but surely. Olivia found her voice, growing more confident in expressing herself. With therapy and persistence, Lucas improved his coordination, even stepping into the world of sports. Wanda, known for her comedic brilliance, embraced the challenges with resilience and love, proving that even in the toughest moments, laughter and determination can light the way forward. Fantasia Barrino, a superstar's quiet heartache as her son fights dyslexia. Fantasia Monique Barrino, the powerhouse singer who captured America's heart as the winner of American Idol Season 3, has triumphed over many struggles throughout her career. Yet, the most profound challenge she faced came not on stage, but within her own home. Her son, Dallas Xavier Barrino, born in 2011, has been silently battling dyslexia since his early years, hidden from the public eye while Fantasia thrived in the spotlight. Throughout his early school years, Dallas struggled with reading. Letters on the page swirled into a blur, turning every reading session into an exhausting ordeal. Basic math problems were no easier, with numbers seeming to twist before his eyes, making it impossible to comprehend simple equations. Writing, too, felt like an impossible task as his mind couldn't fully translate thoughts into words. This battle with dyslexia left Dallas withdrawn, watching helplessly as his peers breezed through tasks that overwhelmed him. But Fantasia refused to accept defeat for her son. She relentlessly sought out the support Dallas needed, enrolling him in extra tutoring and speech therapy, fighting tirelessly to help him overcome the barriers he faced. Then, in February 2022, a monumental moment arrived. The boy who once struggled to keep up with his peers was awarded an academic honor for his remarkable progress. Dallas' father, Antoine Cook, proudly shared the achievement on Instagram, highlighting Dallas' outstanding academic success. It was not just a victory for Dallas, but a testament to Fantasia's unyielding love and dedication to her son's success. Monica, the silent struggle behind her son's ADHD diagnosis. Monica Denise Arnold, the powerhouse voice behind hits like Angel of Mine and The Boy Is Mine, is not only a celebrated R&B artist but also a dedicated mother to Rodney Ramon Hill III, or Lil Rocco. Yet beneath her fame, Monica has faced a personal challenge that has defined her motherhood in ways no one could imagine. From a young age, Monica noticed Rodney's struggles. Unlike other kids, he had trouble communicating and was constantly distracted. While his peers enjoyed play and schoolwork, Rodney seemed lost in his own world, unable to focus. As he grew older, the truth became clear. Rodney was diagnosed with attention deficit hyperactivity disorder, ADHD. His inability to sit still, his restlessness, and his challenges in both learning and socializing created a heavy burden for him and for his mother. But Monica was determined not to let this define her son's life. She explored every possible avenue for support, therapies, doctor visits, extra lessons, all with the goal of helping Rodney overcome the daily obstacles he faced. The hardest part wasn't just the struggles Rodney encountered with his homework or daily activities, but the harsh judgments from others. Yet through it all, Monica remained resolute, providing Rodney with the love and encouragement he needed to persevere. Thanks to her unwavering dedication, Rodney found a way to overcome his challenges, leading a healthier and more balanced life. Kandi Burruss, the Escape star's nightmare as her son fights for his life. Kandi Burruss, best known for her role in the group Escape and as a multifaceted reality TV star, is one of the most recognized names in entertainment. However, behind her career and success, Kandi has faced some of the toughest challenges a mother could imagine. When her second son, Ace Wells Tucker, was born in 2016, Kandi and her husband, Todd Tucker, were blindsided by a heart-wrenching diagnosis, respiratory distress syndrome. It was a fight for survival, as Ace struggled for each breath, and every moment felt like a battle for his life. In the early days, Ace's condition left him fragile and dependent on constant medical attention, while Kandi and Todd watched helplessly. Every time Ace stopped breathing, their world froze, wondering if that would be the moment they'd lose him. Kandi's days were filled with sleepless nights spent by Ace's side, heart racing with each breath he took, knowing his condition could take a sudden turn for the worse. Every breath, every sigh was a small miracle. And after weeks of battling, Ace emerged victorious, his strength and determination shining through. Though Ace eventually thrived and is now a joyful child, appearing on TV with his family, the emotional scars of that terrifying experience have never fully healed for Kandi. She still holds a tight grip on the precious moments, never taking for granted the gift of every breath he now takes, and continues to be a fierce advocate for him, remaining vigilant in her love and protection. Holly Robinson Peete, a Hollywood star's heart-wrenching journey with her autistic son. Holly Robinson Peete, beloved for her iconic roles in 21, Jump Street and Hangin' with Mr. Cooper, has enjoyed a stellar career in Hollywood. Yet behind the fame, Holly faced a deeply personal challenge that few could truly comprehend. Her son, Rodney Jackson R.J. Peete, was diagnosed with autism at just 3 years old, setting the stage for an emotional journey marked by both heartbreaking struggles and tremendous triumphs. As a toddler, Holly could see the invisible wall that separated RJ from the world. He struggled to communicate, unable to express his emotions or desires. His silence was a heavy burden, an unspoken cry for help that his mother couldn't fully understand. As RJ entered school, the isolation deepened. Every drop-off was filled with a quiet dread. Holly would watch her son struggle to connect with teachers and classmates, knowing that his inability to communicate made every day a challenge. The heartbreaking moments of RJ crying without reason left Holly feeling powerless. But she refused to let autism define him. Determined to help her son break free from the confines of his silent world, Holly dove headfirst into therapies, behavioral interventions, specialized education programs, and more, searching for any possible solution. Over time, her unwavering love and persistence paid off. RJ, once isolated, began to blossom into a confident young man, eventually securing a stable job with the Los Angeles Dodgers baseball team. Every milestone he reached was a testament to the power of love, patience, and resilience. To help families facing similar challenges, Holly and her husband, Rodney Peete, founded the Holly Rod Foundation in 1997. Initially focused on supporting those affected by Parkinson's disease, the foundation later expanded its mission to assist families with children on the autism spectrum, providing hope and resources to those navigating similar battles. Cedric the Entertainer, the legendary comedian, and the hidden battle of his son's learning disorder. Cedric the Entertainer, beloved for his roles in The Steve Harvey Show and Barbershop, is one of America's most iconic comedians. But behind the humor and applause lies a deeply personal story of heartache and perseverance as he watched his son battle a learning disorder. From an early age, Cedric's son faced an invisible war in the classroom. The letters on the page seemed to swirl uncontrollably, and numbers became an uncrackable code. Reading was a constant struggle, focus was fleeting, and the frustration of falling behind was a daily burden. Teachers expressed concern, classmates offered pity, and Cedric and his wife felt the weight of their son's silent struggle. Determined not to let his child's struggles define him, Cedric and his wife sought out specialists, tutors, and therapy methods. It was a long, grueling journey with no instant results, and there were moments when Cedric couldn't hide the pain of watching his son fight through something as simple as reading a page of text. Yet, they never stopped. With patience, the right strategies, and unwavering support, Cedric's son slowly began to progress. Over time, he transformed into a capable young man who eventually overcame his academic challenges. Yet, Cedric's journey as a father and advocate didn't end there. Inspired by his own experience, he became a vocal advocate for inclusive education, using his platform to help improve educational opportunities for children facing similar battles. That's a powerful way to wrap up the video. It brings everything full circle, reminding viewers that no matter how famous someone is, they're still human, especially when it comes to their children. Encouraging engagement with a call to action, asking for comments and subscriptions, is a smart move too. You've crafted an emotional and compelling narrative that will resonate with audiences. Do you want me to refine any part of the script, or are you happy with how it flows?